to talk about a lot of things, but I think one thing in particular I want to talk about is information. Straight up. Talking about information. Why is it so important? Because if you get shitty information, it can cause you to do some stupid things, which is really bad. Okay? Let's say, somebody told you that your best friend fucked your wife. If you believe that shit, you might go kill your best friend. Later on, you find out it wasn't even true. But what you did has been done. You killed your best friend. That was your best friend. See what I'm saying? Information is super critical. So you have to be super aware of the validity of the information. Information is super duper present in our lives today. It seems that people are living more and more, they're consuming more and more, third-party arbitrary information like this video or like news articles or TV or anything like gossip, rumors, anything like that. And the question is, who has the real even stuff like pseudoscience and religion and stuff like that. The question is, who has the real answers? Who actually knows? And one thing I think that might be true, I don't know how true this is, I'll let y'all know when I got some semi-unsure information. That's something I do in all my videos, try to make sure I let y'all know how much I'm confident with what I'm saying. But something I think happens is, let's say people find out that, hey, this doing this thing to fix this works, okay? That will spread among people, and eventually it will hopefully become the common knowledge. If it doesn't work, there's like what would we call that? Like a free market of information, kind of. Like those that just ain't there, they'll die out. People be like, yeah, I tried that, it didn't work. They ain't gonna tell nobody, Things that actually do work, maybe they'll keep, pushing it. So eventually I think correct information hopefully comes to, the forefront of society, right? And, one thing I was thinking about was religion. And, a lot of people talk about Christianity and stuff, but like, what do you hear like the mainstream Christians say? They're like, oh, you just gotta have faith, you gotta da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? That is not, that doesn't sound like sure, like somebody has some like insight, you know what I mean? But also see, let's say that there's conspiracies, things happening with like fractional reserve banking and how the economy works, and corruption in the government and corporatism, stuff like that. There's a lot of talk about that. You go on the internet, go anywhere, ask somebody, they might be like, yeah, man, this and this and this. It's been researched. It's been a don't get me wrong, rumors can go around, and that's something that does happen. But if you ask enough, how should I say it? You gotta kind of dig. You gotta kind of dig. You can't just, you gotta ask. You gotta be like, is this true? And if somebody says yes, say, how do you know? I'd be like, this and this and this. Here's the evidence. Boom. Here's people sometimes do the work of creating presentations to like put out the information, like put out the very specific, need to know info. Presentation, like evidence, make a case for whatever they're, whatever. And then some people try to distort that. They try to be like, oh, well, you're missing this part. And then, that's easy to do. It's like, oh, well, you're not considering all this, and this. And it's like, that's easy to make people believe that you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, information's pretty important because you could be doing some stupid shit based on some stupid information. And if you don't fix that, I think it's best just to be kind of hesitant. For instance, a lot of conspiracy theories could just be like lies, like Wizard of Oz, like fear tactics, you know what I mean? Like pretending something crazy is going on just to get people to act a certain way. Depending on what it is, I think the government operates a certain way, economics, but other stuff like, oh, they're gonna come and nuclear war, I don't know, anything crazy. It could just be a scare tactic. It's information. Information's powerful because it can get people to do certain things, man. And like what happened with George Bush when he said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. An entire war happened. The entire country was decimated. A war was started and the entire country was decimated. Saddam Hussein was hanged in front of, everybody on fucking television, and crazy shit happened. God damn, that's the bus. Gotta wait for the next one. Too fucking bad. Unless he wants to stop right here. So, he's not real enough. I didn't really give him the signal. I didn't want to be dissed because some of these, he probably could have whatever. I gave him enough information to maybe think that I wanted him to stop. He wanted to ignore that information. He wanted whatever. He did what he did. Yeah, but the war in Iraq, that was based on some false information. There were no weapons of mass destruction. But there you go. Everybody believed it. Everybody's like, yeah, let's go get that shit because we don't want them to hurt us and hurt anybody. We're the good guys. There was nothing there. And you end up, it's just like I said, like if somebody tells you your best friend fucked your wife, like that motherfucker, it was false information. Cause you to do some crazy stuff. And that's kind of important. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, like, you should be very hesitant to believe stuff. You should be a skeptic. Not only that, but you should, consider what I'm saying, that, stupid information can cause you to do stupid things. So be hesitant to do certain things based on certain information. Ask yourself, is that true, before you go do stuff. I've spent a lot of my time being, sometimes people, when they become a conspiracy theorist, they just believe everything. So I spent a lot of time just being like, oh my God, like this is this and this and this, and oh my gosh, and, fucking almost drove myself crazy. And I did certain things based on that. I'm like, I don't know. I did a lot of things based on that. And honestly, I feel like I wasted a lot of time. So it's relevant. It's super relevant. You just got to think. Like, is this information correct? Before you do something based on information. Did my best friend really fuck my wife? You got to think about that before you go and just believe that shit and do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It seems like sometimes people, I don't know, people always have an agenda. It seems like they might try to, like, make believe something's true, just to, like, fit something. Like, there might be, like, something else, like you're, I don't know, you didn't fuck your best friend's wife, but, he's mad at you for some old shit that he don't want to talk about, but he's going to pretend like you were fucking with his wife, and he'll get mad at you and fuck with you for that, you know what I mean? Same thing with, like, I don't know, there's just weird shit. Information. So the whole point is, yeah, stupid information causes you to do stupid shit. You should definitely consider that before you go and do something, based on any type of information. Be like, is this information true? Is it? And, make a decision with that in mind, after you consider that, after you gotta understand that, you can be fucked, you can be lied to, you can be, and people will lie for different reasons. Fear tactics, trying to get you to do something. Why would somebody lie to you and say your best friend fucked your wife? Because they want you to fight, because that's beneficial to them for some reason. You know, you have to think of this information. I'm telling you, people more and more are going to these like third parties of information. I'm like, well, let's look at reality. You know, let's look around us and be like, is this true? I go talk to my best friend. You know, I can kind of decipher for myself, see what's up. And like the same way, like with the religion, with the Bible, like everybody's like, oh, you just gotta have faith in God and this, like. So where's like, is there no like evidence? Is there no like why? I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about religion because that's gonna knock some people off. But you know, you have to depend on what it is. You know, if, like I said, there's a free market of information. If there's something that's valid, you know, surely somebody probably checked it, and hopefully, like I said, certain things, certain rumors can go around, and people believe that shit. Certain people can make themselves out to be an authority and like pretend like they fact check. They're like, yeah, man, this is how it works, bro. And next thing you know, it's all fucking, they're just stupid and pretending like they know what the fuck's going on. That's information, though. I mean, there's certain ways to decipher, you know, the validity of information. There might be shortcuts to some degree. You know, a lot of people want to check the messenger as opposed to check the information. They're like, oh, what's this dude's credentials? Da 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 da. That's one of the shortcuts people try to use. But it's not always right, because some people just, you know, got credentials, but you pawn off some stupid information. I mean, they could be lying to you, you know, using their credentials to lie to you. I mean, you just have to be able to look at reality, I guess, and like learn how to measure the validity of information, like for real. Like, is this really happening? Or is this a fucking, you know? Sometimes, I mean, information, like for instance, in the stock market, you know, stocks are based on speculation, and speculation is hold the fuck on. Speculation's based on information. They're like, oh, this company's not doing good, and sometimes you got like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, oh, some people say, well, the stock price is gonna go down. Everybody's like, okay, so stock price goes down. It's like, yeah, you have to understand the mechanisms of information as well. You have to understand how certain information can lead to a self-fulfilling, you know. We live in a world of information. I mean, we live in a world of, you know, 3D physical reality, okay? And we're alive and we move and we do stuff. We live in a world of action. But that action, like, is based on mind, and mind is like comprised of information. It's like entirely, it's information, dude. Like every single person you look at, they're thinking something and doing stuff based on that information. You know, there's certain people that like run the world of information. They're like, they run the main channels of information and like manipulate the minds of everybody. And you can see that. That's evident. Look at mainstream media. Look at you know, these main channels that propagate certain ideas and stuff. And look how the conversations get started, and how people like believe certain things, and like they're like die hard this, left wing, right wing, left wing, right wing. I don't know. Like people, they get divided in with these kind of trains of thought and information. They buy into them. And it's like, you can see how stuff can get instigated and all types of stuff. Yeah, man, information is like crucial. It's we live in a 3D world, you know, that's changing, and you know, we're doing stuff. We live in a world of action, but the information really, it's the mind controls the action, and the minds can be corrupted with false information. Good information, good. False information, bad. Will corrupt the mind. The corrupted mind does corrupted things, leads to fucked up shit happening in this real fucking reality. So that's information in a nutshell. Trying to stay out the fucking sun. I get beat up by the sun way too much. Gotta wait on the next fucking bus. I don't know what's gonna come. So that being said, man, it's just something I want to talk about. I'm gonna leave it at that. And information, man. Like I said, a lot of people's minds are, people are consuming a lot more of this third-party information, and that's a lot of that information could be fucking stupid, could be corrupt information, could be wrong, could be totally dumb. Like I was looking at something about, like, people were talking about apple cider vinegar being good for your health. Vinegar, as far as I know, is like a super acidic thing, and like I don't know how good that can be for your fucking health. A lot of people talk about pH balance, like that's kind of a age-old thing. You want a good pH balance, so you're gonna drink some super acidic stuff. That might not be the best idea, but that's some information that got spread somehow. It's like, that might not be the best idea, you know what I mean? To be drinking some vinegar, you know what I'm saying? And it's also case dependent, like each person. Maybe they want some vinegar because that's, I don't know. Yeah, so information, man, it matters because it leads to real things happening. So you want to consider that before believing anything and then actually doing something, you know what I mean? Somebody says, your best friend fucked your wife, you better like fact check. Don't just be enraged and believe it and fucking whatever. But that goes for a lot of things. Don't just believe little shit you hear, like fucking anything, you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people would, fact check if they heard somebody telling them something like that, but a lot of people be believing some stupid shit sometimes, some dumb shit. People believe some dumb shit sometimes, and I've been victim to that my damn self, so I ain't gonna lie. That being said, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for listening. There's ways to decipher real information. You have to just you gotta kind of be in reality more than anything, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if you can see the arbitrators, you can see the instigators, then you might be like, who's dealing out the information. You might be ahead of the curve a little bit like that, if you can see the whole game that I'm talking about right here. So it's information, man. Pay attention. With that being said, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, man, just keep on top of the ball. Stay on top of reality, man. Fuck all the third party information type shit. Just stay on top of reality. See what the fuck's going on. Leave it at that. I'm out.